All right, welcome back, Recliner Sports Reporters, to Keep the Change podcast. I'm Mac, and with me, as always, is Robbie. Robbie, how we doing, brother?
Doing great, man. Been a great day. How you doing?
Dude, fantastic. Just got done refereeing some powder puff football. Um, Tell you what, anytime you can get in the shoes of a referee, it just really makes you appreciate how hard their job is because that was brutal. But it was also fun because our players or coaches for the seniors and juniors and listening to them coach. Uh, they got a little taste of the frustrations of what we had to deal with them. So it was it was a fun night all around though. With an epic 2-0 win by the seniors. So epic game of football right there.
Wow. That's not a single. Gotta love it. Great defense. We'll call it great defense. There's great defense by both sides.
Great defensive performances. Um, all right, we got 4 games we're going to talk to you about. So keep the change podcast. We are going to be bringing you our best picks for NFL Week 6 for our best bets. We have 4 games that we'll talk about. We'll talk about the Thursday night game, and then we have 3 other games for this Sunday that we believe are good opportunities for you to win some money and take down some books. Also, remember to head on over to SoBet. You can get all of our picks plus picks from experts like ourselves and also just awesome, fun bro content that is good for just pure entertainment value. All right, buddy. First game we're talking about Broncos Chiefs. That's a lot. It's a wide line.
That's a
But it
big
is
spread.
Thursday night. What's your picks on this one?
And so I put together a little four-legger on DraftKings, gets you up to plus 222. I feel like it's pretty safe. So starting off, Javonte Williams coming back. His line's only at 36 and a half rushing yards. I feel like the over on that's pretty safe. And just takes some break and a couple little decent chunk runs. On top of that, I got the Chiefs getting a sack. I mean, that's pretty much given. It's minus 800, 900. Just adding a little bit in there just to get a little something extra. And then I think Kelsey's going to have a decent night coming back from the injury. I feel like he's healthy. 40 receiving yards and a Kelsey anytime touchdown brings you up to plus 222 on DraftKings. I threw a little bit of change on it. Figure why not?
I like that. I think you're right. I
And
think
as far as the game, everybody's going to have the Chiefs. I mean, anybody that puts money on the Broncos probably should just get cut off.
yeah, I agree with you on that
What
one.
do you got going for the game, man?
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Um, I think the real line for this one is kind of what you were saying. Take some player props. And there are a couple player props in here that I really, really like. I like Pat Mahomes to have over 2.5 passing touchdowns. I like Russell Wilson to have an interception. I like Isaiah Pacheco to have over 74.5 rushing yards. And that's going to bring you to plus 670. I'm going to be throwing one unit
Ooh.
on that one, and I feel really good about that bet. I think you're right. I think if you're looking to take anything in this game, I think the bet is really just
Player.
the Broncos money line. Taking that just like half a unit on that just to see like what could happen. It's a Thursday night game. Um, I don't like betting lines that are wider than 10, even if it is against the Broncos. So if you're really looking dangerous, and you're feeling like Broncos country, let's ride. Just sprinkle a little bit on the Broncos money line, but do that. Please gamble responsibly. Do that very, very cautiously. But I would stay away from the money lines for this Chiefs and Broncos matchup.
Yeah, I love you, buddy, but I'm not jumping with you on that one. I'm not putting $1 on the Broncos. I might be a couple player props in there, but hey, I hope it hits for you. I'm not picking any money lines. I'm not picking any spreads on this game. Straight player props.
I definitely agree. I think player props are definitely the way to go. Um, all right, Vikings and Bears. Which also wait, let's back up. I thought we were done with watching the Broncos on primetime football. How do we
Yeah.
constantly get them on Thursday on a Thursday night game? I thought
Yeah.
last year would have been like there was a rule, no more Broncos on Thursday night. But apparently the NFL they must have a
Is
deal with
there,
Jeff
how do they
Bezos.
have primetime games?
There must be a deal with Jeff
Something.
Bezos in Denver. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah,
Um,
Russ do that, or it's Russ and Sierra. Got something in there.
right. All right, moving right along, we got the Vikings and Bears. This game I'm actually super excited about because you got the Bears coming off a good win against the Commanders last week, which we all got trapped and fell for that trap. And you got the Vikings who just really haven't been able to put it together this year, but the line is, favoring Minnesota, but only 2.5. I think they get it done. I think with all the stuff that's going on, I still have full faith in Kirk Cousins. So I'm definitely gonna think that the Vikings cover the spread here. Um, and that's the only line I'm going to be taking on that. I think the player props are going to get a little hairy for this one, so I'm rocking with the Vikings spread on this one. What about you?
Yep, I'm with you. I got the Vikings covering it. They wrote down Vikings minus 2.5. And then three player props that I like. I think KJ Osborne's going to have a big night. I got him for 75 plus receiving yards, 50 plus from Hawkinson, and Cousins throwing for over 250 yards.
I love that. I really like that a lot. Um, I love the Hawkinson player prop too. He's been super reliable. I think some other guys you can look at there too for the Vikings, if you're interested, is KJ Osborne. He's still been having a really stellar year this year for the Vikings, and especially with Justin Jefferson out, I think KJ Osborne could be a good target for Kirk this week as well.
Heck yeah. Another game
Um,
I'm pumped about,
yeah,
that Lions Bucks game. I think
dude,
that's going to be a fun football game.
game of the week right there. I think right now, if I had to pick one, of looking at all of these, I think that Lions Buccaneers game to me right off the rip. I talked about it early on our Tuesday podcast, and I'll talk about it again. You're talking about two second tier teams in the NFC right now that could both be first tier teams, and both have points to prove. So I am really looking forward to this game. I think Detroit wins, but Bucks getting 3.5 points at home. That's a tough stadium to play in. My gut is telling me that the Bucks are going to cover 3.5, but I'm looking to get talked off the ledge here. So how do you think this one's going to play out?
I got the Bucks at +3. I got a line going, so I was able to put together a little. Anytime I don't remember the exact odds on it, but I had the Bucks at +3. Mike Evans getting 50 plus receiving yards if he does play. And then I think both running back ones making it in the end zone, Montgomery and Rashad White. I think both get an anytime touchdown. But man, you know I love Baker. I know he's not with Cleveland. I'll always cheer for the guy everywhere he goes. I like the way this Bucks team's playing. They're excited. They go out there every week and they know they have a chance to win, and that's enough. If you just give a team hope, you give them the thought that they can win every game or any game. That's all it takes sometimes for a team to go from being average to uh, wow, they've stuck into the playoffs, ended up winning their conference or their division. But I got the Bucks on this one too, man.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And again, I think you're right. I think this Bucks team's kind of reminding us of that previous Super Bowl Bucks team, who it's just they did enough to get in and then made a good run on the way out, and got themselves to Super Bowl. So a little bit different guy at the helm between Baker and Tom, but the Bucks have a weird thing of taking former unhappy quarterbacks and making them great and happy in the Sunshine State. it's hard to be upset when you're next to the ocean and you're on the water every day. All right, and the last game we'll cover, and I'm glad we're talking about them again because although they didn't win, they did cover the spread last week, and the Texans and Saints once again are coming up in the conversation as two teams that are fun to watch, and I think this is a great game. It's listed at right now pretty much a pick 'em -1.5 to the Saints. So the spread's looking a little hairy right now. I would take probably just the Texans money line. But I'm interested to hear what player props you're thinking here because I got a couple up my sleeve, but I'm going to let you go first on this one.
So I got the Texans on the money line too, is one that I had, but I had 4 player props that I picked. So CJ Stroud's over at 1.5 touchdowns is plus 145 on DraftKings. Got Shaheed to have over 28.5 yards at minus 125. I like that bet. Also, I think Shaheed's longest catch is going to be over 16.5 yards as at minus 120. Another one that I like, AK-47, Alvin Kamara's longest rush. The over line is currently at 13.5. I like the over on that one too, minus 115.
I like that a lot too. That's actually a really good line.
Yeah.
Lock that one in, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be rocking with the CJ Stroud doesn't throw a pick. He got me in the win column again last week. So it's like playing roulette now. And I'm going to double down and bet on red again. I think he makes it out of this game turnover free. And I agree with you. I think I want to take the Texans line as well on the money line. And I think with Kamara coming back, I think he goes over on his rushing yards, and I wouldn't be surprised too if he got an anytime touchdown. So those are my kind of player props that I'm rocking for that game. CJ Stroud, man, what a season this guy's having. I know records not really showing it too well, but
They're
he's not
competitive.
hurting, and he's not doing anything to lose games for the Texans right now. And he's having a good rookie season. So,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Hey, we talked about it early on. That was one of the things we said about the Texans. They could either be the best team in the conference, worst team in the conference, and we wouldn't be surprised either way. But we felt like that was going to be the team that made the biggest jump this year. And thus far, I know the win-loss isn't there, but I really think they've been one of the most improved teams in football from last year to this year.
coming off a stellar draft, man, we said it at
Yep.
the draft party. They had the best draft of the season, and they are playing like they've had the best draft. So
both those top picks, offense and defense. Will Anderson's been having a good rookie season so far, and I mean, I don't know anyone else you can make the argument for at this point over Stroud for offensive rookie of the year.
yeah, no, I mean, going to be very few guys that are going to be able to top his production right now. And he's doing a great job. So, once again, exciting team to watch. And once again, they keep coming up as games to watch, man. And
Who'd have thunk it?
And things to get excited for. Well, let's finish up with a little bit of Browns Bengals talk because we have to. The Bengals get the Seahawks at home. That's a tough game, I think. But the Bengals made some great strides last week with Jamar going pretty much once again solidifying that he is 7-11. He is always open. And what a performance. Bengals open up as the -2.5 favorite. I will tell you again, do not bet any Bengals money lines or spreads, but I will take the over on Jamar's receptions, and I will take again the over on Joe Burrow's completions because they have been spreading the ball around. And I think with Joe and the offense taking the short, quick routes, and really he's just really navigating a lot recently the last couple games. I'm really liking the over on completions, and I'll take the over on receptions for Jamar Chase. What about you? What's your takes on Seahawks Bengals?
And I think it's going to be an exciting game, like both teams. I think it's two of the best wide receiving cores in football in this game. and two quarterbacks that know how to just do a good job of getting the ball in their playmakers' hands. I'm taking the over on the points,
I like
and
that.
I think I'm going to be taking the over for both quarterbacks, both Geno Smith and Joey Burrow on their yards.
I really, dude, that's actually that'd be a great little parlay to make too. Those two overs, actually just the three overs right there, the over on the points and then the over on the yards on both those guys. That's actually a really good one. You'll probably get that around plus 500 too. Um, actually, yeah, you will. Those will all be like minus like 115, 110. So that's a good plus 500 three-way parlay right there. All very doable right now too.
Yeah.
Um, I think, with the Bengals defense being who they are too, I think Gino could throw a pick here, but Joe Burrow's also been throwing picks. So actually, I hit a Monday night bet, uh, and this is all on SoBet. I took Jordan Love and Garoppolo to both have an interception, both hit. So that
Yep.
saved me for the night because I definitely thought the pack would win. So pretty much, they just canceled the bet on each other. But um, I've been rocking these interception bets, so I'm just gonna keep rocking with these for a while because I'm loving them right now. But I do think, I mean, the Bengals have I think they've had a pick in every game, and if not, they're at least averaging one because I know there was one game where I think we had two or three at least. So I think the Bengals defense is good for an interception. And then the 49ers head to Cleveland. Now, this line has been getting wider and wider. It started off at 5 and it's now made
And
its
it
way to
still
7.
isn't big enough.
Yeah. The 49ers are the best team in football that I think right now. I think that they are the top dog, and with their performance against the
I agree.
Cowboys, that butt whipping, I think it just proved it once again. They have so many weapons, and they have a quarterback that can get the ball to his weapons effectively. I mean, when you're talking about the fact that week after week we don't know if it's going to be Ayuk or Debo, and then you also are like, oh well, they also have Kittle, and then you can't forget about seeing like the fact that any guy can go off, and they haven't even had to have them all go off at one time, just shows you how uh, stacked that this offense is, and their defense is always been good. I think the last couple of years the defense has been, one of the top defenses in the NFL, not just the NFC. Um, but it's heading to a stingy Browns team playing in Cleveland, and Cleveland is always tough to play in. So I'm liking the Browns to cover the 7 points at home. I something about it. My gut's telling me that they'll cover. Don't think they'll win, but I think they cover at home. I think the 49ers might have a little bit of a hangover after that butt whipping that they gave the Cowboys. And we're talking about a way different defense. The Cowboys defense, I don't think is as good as the Browns defense. So I could be 100% wrong here. But my gut's kind of telling me to go Browns plus 7, but tell me why I'm wrong, buddy.
Man, because Joey Bosa is going to absolutely destroy and dominate Jedrick Wills all night. Doesn't matter who's playing quarterback for us, Deshaun, DTR, PJ Walker. I got Bosa at 2+ sacks. The Browns are going to turn the ball over. And I hate to say this, but I think we're going to get absolutely just run out of the stadium. I'm going up for the game. It's not going to stop that. Still got a couple tickets available if anybody else wants to go, hit me up. But I do not have a great feeling about this game at all. I agree with what you said. I think the 49ers are the best team in football right now. I love our defense. Our defense has been playing great all year. The defense should have a lot better record. Our defense has played good enough to win every single game so far. But when you're giving the opponent the ball at the 20-yard line or giving up pick sixes, there's not much the defense can do. One of the games we lost, our defense gave up less points than the offense did. And it's just, you can't win football games like that until our offense gets it figured out. It could be a long season, but our defense is good enough to go to the Super Bowl. So who knows? I've been
I
saying it.
I agree with
I've
you on
been
that one.
I've been saying it for a few days now. Deshaun Watson not wanting to play because of a shoulder bruise. I would trade Deshaun Watson for Baker Mayfield straight up today and pay Baker Deshaun's contract. You know what this team needs? Heart. Miles and miles of heart. As great Gene Hackman once said in The Replacements.
They need their Shane Falco, baby.
We need
And
Falco back.
Baker is that guy for sure. Um, yeah, man, it's tough because, like you said, it's tough watching your defense go out and play so well, and the offense just not be productive, especially when I don't. I mean, Deshaun is a great quarterback, and you have tons of weapons. You guys took a big hit with Chubb, but do you think Hunt gets going in this game?
I think Hunt was more of a morale signing than anything.
Okay.
Jerome Ford's our running back one. He's played well. He's done well filling in for Chubb since he went out. But I also read a stat today, and I could have been wrong, but it said that he had, I think, 3 yards before contact so far this season. Our line hasn't been doing what they're supposed to. I was really happy about our line going into the season, with the exception of Wills at left tackle. Still hoping every day that I wake up a report that we traded for Garrett Bowles or signed Lyle Collins. We need somebody else at left tackle at this point. Anybody else? Dawad's holding his own at right tackle. I'll live with the mistakes that Wyatt Teller makes at right guard, because that dude just gives you 120% effort. If he makes a mistake, it's because he's trying too hard, and I can live with that. We've been getting solid play from Pocic at center so far this year. Joel Petonio is a perennial All-Pro. Jedrick Wills needs to hold his own. Dude just doesn't have any motor at all. Honestly, it doesn't look like he's trying out there.
Yeah, it's frustrating when you got just one piece on that offensive line just not performing well, especially with the Browns team that's always been such a good run game team, and Deshaun's just not. He's not doing what we thought he would do, and it's kind of disappointing. And I'd be disappointed if I was a Browns fan. Nonetheless, should be an interesting game. I think this. I think the Browns cover, or it's a shellacking in Cleveland.
Well, I'm hoping to not leave my third ever game early next week, since I left last week with about 4 minutes to go. I couldn't take it anymore. I was so frustrated watching that game.
That's one of those game time decisions. You know what? We got to beat the crowd here. I'm tired. I don't want to. I don't
And
want to sit.
most of the stadium had already left at that point, so it wasn't even about beating the crowd. I was just getting more and more mad at play by play, and I just couldn't take it. I'm like, let's just go, get out of
Understandable.
here.
Understandable. All right, buddy. Well, hey, it's been great. Everyone, best of luck to you this weekend. Please remember to always gamble responsibly. And also, again, remember, head on over to SoBet, download the app today so you can get premium sports content from amazing creators, from over 57 amazing creators that are providing their expert opinions and best picks for a wide variety of sports, not just football. So head on over to SoBet today. It's a great team over there, and they're a lot of fun guys to work with. All right, Robbie, thanks again, buddy. Good luck to you this
Always fun.
weekend. Go Brownies. And to everyone
Go
else, always
Bengals.
remember, keep the change.